Hi, this is Thomas Shepard, and this screencast is a part of the MCAS project at Athabasca University. In the next few tutorials, I'm going to show you how to record and edit audio using Audacity. We will record an introduction, sometimes referred to as an intro, some content, and a closing or an outro. And we'll lay down about 3 tracks in Audacity. We will also be doing some simple editing and finish it off by adding music. What basically we're going to do is a basic format of a podcast if you wanted to create one. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our recording a intro. So we're going to go up and hit the record button, and we're just going to do a quick intro. So here we go. Hi, this is Thomas Shepard, and this podcast is a part of the MCAS project at Athabasca University. I hit stop when I want to finish, and let's have a listen. Hi, this is Thomas Shepard, and this podcast is a part of the MCAS project at Athabasca University. It's not too bad. I have some editing to do, which I'll do later, but I want for today just lay down 3 different tracks. So let's record our next track. And in our next track, we're actually going to introduce the topic of today's podcast. So for example, if I wanted to talk about Audacity and recording, here's what I would do. In today's podcast, we are going to talk about Audacity and recording a very simple podcast. We will include an introduction, some content, and a closing. So I just recorded that right quick. Now if I hit the play button, you're going to notice some mixture of the two. Hi, in today's podcast, this is Thomas Shepard. Now that can be a little bit confusing to listen to. So if we want to just listen to one track, we can just hit the mute button, and that'll silence the other track while we play it. In today's podcast, we are going to talk about Audacity and recording a very simple podcast. We will include an introduction, some content, and a closing. Not perfect, but for demonstration purposes, not bad. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to mute this second one, and I'm going to start in on our last track, which is our closing. I want to do a little bit of a closing here now, so I'm going to record that. Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can find our podcast on iTunes. And I want to thank everybody for listening. Have a nice day. Now generally you want to include some more stuff in your closing. For example, any links you want to refer people to, or any credit for any music or anything you include in your podcast. But for now, that's pretty good. So let's play that and see what that sounds like. Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can find our podcast on iTunes. And I want to thank everybody for listening. Have a nice day. And that's basically it. I'm going to show you in the next screencast, I'm going to show you how to move all these around, line them up, and do some simple editing. I hope you've enjoyed this little screencast, and if you find it useful, please leave some feedback for us to consider. Thank you.